Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 71st commencement of the Lewiston-Porter Central Schools, Lewiston-Porter High School. Would everybody please rise as members of our senior choir sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Angle your voices towards the center. Wait, hold on. I said, sing out.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched, with the galaxy streaming, and the rockets at the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Nice job, everybody. You guys can all way back.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome you all once again to the 71st commencement of the Lewiston-Porter Central Schools. My name is Paul Casari. I'm the superintendent here at Lewiston-Porter Central Schools. Thank you. I'd like to offer my sincere congratulations to the class of 2022. You made it. Absolutely. We are all so very proud of your outstanding accomplishments. Your journey over these 4 years has certainly been unique. In fact, the last graduating class to encounter a journey such as yours was the graduating class of 1922. That class also endured a global pandemic during their high school years. That class of 1922, that group of students was part of the greatest generation that led our country through the Great Depression, World War II, and on to unbelievable success as a nation throughout the 20th century. I hope all of you, as you progress through the 21st century, you can have a positive impact on our country and the world. I love music. I've always enjoyed all the genres of music. But one of my favorite singers of all time is Frank Sinatra. You can't grow up in an Italian-American household and not love Frank Sinatra. Two things on Sunday: sauce on the stove, Sinatra on the stereo. Beyond his greatness as a singer and entertainer, Frank Sinatra was always known as a person who could live life to the fullest. I'd like to offer to you this quote from Frank Sinatra. You only go around once in life, but if you play your cards right, once is enough. That is my hope for all of you, that as you go through life, you will always be dealt great cards. But whatever cards are dealt to you, you will always play them to the fullest. Class of 2022, best of luck to you, and God bless. And now I'd like to introduce the co-vice president of the senior class of 22, Mr. Nathan Rhodes, who will introduce this wonderful dais.
Good evening. My name is Nathan Rhodes, and I am a co-vice president of the class of 2022. First, out of courtesy to our graduates, I must ask everyone to please silence all electronic devices at this time. It gives us great pleasure to welcome all members of the Lewiston-Porter class of 2022, members of the Board of Education, school district administrators, teachers, parents and family members of graduates, and everyone else who has joined us this evening for the 71st commencement exercise of Lewiston-Porter High School. We acknowledge the support that you have given us in the past and appreciate the confidence that you have shown us as we choose future paths to travel. I would like to take a moment to introduce everyone sitting on stage. Please stand as your name is announced. Please hold your applause until the end of each row is announced. Mrs. Julie Donnelly, Board of Education President, or Vice President. Mrs. Danielle Mullen, Board of Education President. Mr. John Everett, High School Assistant Principal. Mr. Bradley Rose, High School Principal. Mr. Nathan Rhodes, Co-Vice President. Mr. Dominic Townsend, Class of 2022 President. Ms. Julia Thomas, Class of 2022 Salutatorian. Mr. Rajan Singh, Class of 2022 Valedictorian. Mr. Paul Casari, Superintendent of Schools. Mr. C. Douglas Whalen, Interim Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services. Dr. Heather Lyon, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Mrs. Anika Fetzner, Board of Education Member. Mrs. Jennifer Klemick, Board of Education Member. Mr. Chuck Barber, Board of Education Member. Mr. Bruce Newton, President of Lewiston-Porter Alumni Association. Chief Master Sergeant Edward J. Steffett. Ms. Candace Allen Thomas. Ms. Kelly Bayo. Mr. Michael Bollinger. Mr. Brett Coppins. Mr. Mark Cousins. Mr. Michael DiCamillo. Dr. Sarah Evans, Ms. Joni Fernandez, Mr. Norman Forley, Mr. Alan Ingram, Middle School Assistant Principal, Mrs. Tamara Larson, Primary Education Center Principal, Mrs. Tina Rodriguez, Intermediate Education Center Principal, Mr. Andrew Aller, Middle School Principal, Mr. Bradley Halgash, Director of Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Athletics, Mrs. Linda Deanna, Class of 2022 Advisor, Dr. Paul Muscala, Class of 2022 Advisor. Mr. Joseph Gallagher, Ms. Colleen Glue, Mr. Brian Hall, Ms. Linda Harvey, Ms. Dawn Hogan, Mrs. Lori Hercom, Ms. Heidi Kazuak, Mrs. Nicole Krozak, Mr. Patrick Krozak, Mrs. Janet Korziak, Mr. Randy Lombardo, Mr. John Mango, Mrs. Marie Miller, Ms. Tina Adi. Mrs. Kathy Oliphant, Mrs. Anne-Marie Oliverio, Ms. Rebecca Orsi, Mrs. Carrie Popilski, Mrs. Carolyn Quigley, Mrs. Cindy Sanchez, Ms. Lisa Scarza, Dr. Michael Lewis, Director of Special Education and Grant Writing, Mr. Joshua Suda, Mr. Richard Sweeney, Mr. Jeffrey Thompson, Mr. Scott Townsend, Dr. Whitney Van Time, Ms. Lisa Winslow, Mrs. Alicia Cresses, PC and IAC Elementary Program Coordinator. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to the salutatorian of the Lewiston-Porter Class of 2022, Julia Thomas.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to take a moment to thank Mr. Casari, Mr. Rolls, Mr. Everett, Mrs. Deanna, Dr. Miskalik, the Board of Education, and all of our wonderful Lewiston-Porter staff and families for all they have done for my fellow students and I. It is a pleasure to speak to my classmates and the people here today in support of our wonderful class of 2022. To be completely honest, I've been thinking about this speech since we entered high school when I made it my goal to be at the top of our class. Thoughts and ideas have been running wild through my head these 4 years, thinking about how I can make this a memorable speech fitting for this important occasion. But after much thought, ultimately, I have decided to focus on our future and what's to come instead of reminiscing about our past time at Newport. My fellow classmates and I each have our own unique, personal, and special memories of our time in school to reflect upon. I urge you to look back on those memories with nostalgia, but only for a time, because, as this quote perfectly explains, you can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. We are here today at the start of our next chapter, with all of us going in different directions. And as we enter into this new chapter of our lives, there may be an immense amount of emotions stirring through our minds. Some of us may be excited, ready to go out into the world at full force. Others may be scared or nervous about what lies ahead. And maybe you're feeling a mixture of both of these, as I know I am today. Though some people may look at the feeling of being scared as a negative, in this situation, it is nothing as such. And believe me, I don't take scary with a grain of salt. I was the kid who barely made it through the middle school haunted house. But today, what most of us are feeling, this is a good type of scary. It comes from the unknown, as we are leaving the only thing we have known for the past 13 years of our lives to go out into the real world. We have a reason to be nervous and afraid. However, this feeling makes us push ourselves into change, and if you push through that fear, something tremendous could happen. Your dreams and aspirations could become a reality. I wish each and every one of you the strength and determination to push through those fears so that all your dreams come true. Now, some of you may know I'm an Irish dancer, something that I've been doing since the first grade, and it's been so influential in my life. In Irish dancing, each high-level dancer has their own solo dress, and each dress is truly unique to each dancer. No one has the same one. My dress is so important to me not only because it is a testament to my hard work, but also because it has a very important symbol on it. The sash on my dress is the tree of life. I find this so fitting to our situation here today as we move on into our lives. The tree of life's branches represent the array of lives we can live out dependent on the choices we make. Each of us are now at a divide and a branch. We have experienced our education from kindergarten to 12th grade, but now it is time for us to choose our own paths. Some may be going to college to continue their education, some may be entering the military, some may be joining the workforce, and some may be continuing to a trade school. There are so many directions all of us are going with so many different possible branches. As you decide which branch to follow, take into account all possibilities and opportunities that may arise from the decision. And always remember, the seemingly scary branch may lead you to a field of flowers. As you continue your journey through life, I wish each and every one of you success and happiness. Please never forget where you came from, the hallways you have walked through, the people you have made friends with, and of course, the teachers who have made you who you are. We are all in our hearts Lancers and always will be. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Board of Education Vice President, Mrs. Julie Donnelly.
On behalf of the Lewiston-Porter Board of Education, I want to extend sincerest congratulations to the class of 2022. Your class has faced and overcome some of the largest educational challenges in our history. Who could have imagined, as 2020 began, that online learning would be a lesson we would all need to absorb? But you did it. Together with your teachers and administrators, you rose to the challenge of going to school in ways that once seemed impossible. From learning in our basements, bedrooms, and kitchen tables, to returning to school, resuming sports, and even going to prom, your class has stayed the course and supported one another even when you could not be together. A short time ago, Mrs. Mullen and I visited the Chalk Walk and viewed the colorful artwork. We spoke with Julia Thomas as she and her team were finishing the artistic details on a beautiful mermaid. I asked her, "What do you feel defines your class?" She instantly responded, "We bounce back." So, as you receive your diplomas today, I hope you will reflect on the exceptional resilience and what it has taken to get here. You took on new challenges and overcame them, and that perseverance will be a powerful lesson for the rest of your life. Things will not always be easy, as life serves up its various twists and turns, but when challenges inevitably come your way, the grit and determination you have already shown will continue with you. Along with perseverance, I hope that your journey through high school has also taught you to appreciate the commitment and sacrifice of those around you. For every one of you graduating, there is a supportive network of parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, friends, mentors, and community who have been there for you and feel the same pride you feel today. The changes I mentioned have not been easy for them either, and we thank them for their commitment to you and to our entire school family. As you head out into the world for whatever steps might be coming next, I encourage you to share one last important lesson with those you meet. High school is a coming together of people from various backgrounds and viewpoints to complete so many life experiences together. Though you may see things differently from your peers, you have learned to include one another, to learn from each other's differences, and to humbly appreciate the beauty in each and every person you meet. The last few years have not been easy for us, but with this class, your class, and this entire generation taking on the torch of leadership in our hospitals, law firms, factories, and families, brighter days lie ahead. We wish you all the best as you head out into the world, and we will be cheering you on every step of the way. Now it's my pleasure to introduce you to your class of 2022 valedictorian, Mr. Rajan Singh.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to begin by thanking the teachers, staff, and administration whose hard work and unwavering support have brought us to this moment. You have not only supported our personal and academic journeys over the last 12 years, you have also empowered us to make a meaningful contribution in whichever path each of us may choose. You share in our future success, and we hope to make you proud. I would also like to thank my fellow students for making high school a fulfilling experience and for creating an environment of camaraderie and healthy competition. Each of you have had a special impact on me, and I wish you all the best of luck. Life is about perspective and opportunity. One perspective that has helped me significantly is the idea that failure should be embraced. Failure can be demotivating and painful. However, it is when we fail that we experience the most growth. It is when we fail that we know for sure we are setting our goals high enough to facilitate our advancement. For example, I failed a math class. At first, I thought I'd do well, but I soon realized that I was way out of my depth. I was completely lost, and my test scores reflected it. However, it was through this failure that I learned how to be a better student. I realized that what I was doing wasn't working, so I tried doing things differently, but I still hadn't begun to do well. Even after a few years, I wasn't doing well, but I was learning. Through trial and error, I eventually found a process that worked for me, and I was able to excel. It was through failure that I was able to progress. Perceiving failure as an asset that can be harnessed gives us the opportunity to attempt to achieve goals beyond our current ability. And when we set our sights on goals beyond our ability, we are forced to improve. If we perceive failure as something that should be avoided at all costs, we may never fail, we will also never grow. Going forwards, the goals we set for ourselves may appear impossible, and attempting the impossible almost guarantees that we will fail. But I know that with the right perspective, we can capitalize on these failures and make the impossible possible. Thank you. I will now introduce Chief Master Sergeant Edward J. Stefik.
Good evening. Wow, those are some great speeches. Talk about resilient people. The future looks great. Again, my name is Chief Master Sergeant Edward Stefik. I'm the 107th Command Chief at the Air Attack Wing at the Niagara Falls Reserve. We're up the road over there, the Reserve Station. So, without further ado, today I have the distinct privilege and tremendous honor of recognizing those graduates pursuing a path of dedicated service in the United States Armed Forces. Currently, less than 1% of our national population is voluntarily serving in today's military. Although many join for a variety of reasons, I will say farewell to friends and family in order to step off on an exciting journey that will test them emotionally, mentally, and physically. Just like thousands of men and women who came before them, each will raise their right hand and swear an oath to defend our homeland and way of life against all enemies. Our world is changing faster than ever. President and military members must be multi-capable, adaptable team builders, as well as innovative and courageous problem solvers. They must possess initiative, ingenuity, and diversity of thought. Their journey will take them to multiple domains of land, air, sea, space, and cyber, focusing on rapid global mobility and command and control. These young men and women have volunteered to face challenges of those uncertain domains, and they won't face these challenges alone. They will be joining a team where no member is more important than the other, a team that upholds the core values of integrity, loyalty, duty, respect, honor, selfless service, courage, and commitment. These values are the foundations for service to our nation and profession of arms. At this time, I have great pleasure and honor to introduce the graduates who are entering the armed forces. Please hold your applause until I've introduced the candidates. Graduates, please rise when I call your name and remain standing until both of you are introduced. From the United States Army, Ashton Warren and Elijah Wilczek. I'd personally like to congratulate you on your decision to serve, a decision that will shape you the rest of your life. You will find as you put on that uniform, the cloth of our nation, you will stand a little taller. Your heart will beat a little faster with pride. The nation will demand much from you, but I have no doubt of your ability to succeed. Welcome to the finest armed forces on earth, and let me be the first to salute you for accepting your call to service of our country. Now I'd like to turn the program over to Mr. Riles, the high school principal.
Good evening. Chief Master Sergeant Stefik, I want to thank you for your service to our country and your willingness to join us this evening as we recognize two Lancers who have chosen a path of dedication and service to our country. Thank you, sir. I now have the privilege of reading the names of students who have gone above and beyond, and they have earned diplomas with highest distinction, diploma with distinction, and our honors diploma. Students, once you hear your names, please stand. If we may hold applause until all names have been read. Diploma with the highest distinction, that is a GPA over 100%. Rajan Singh, with a GPA of 106.14. Julia Thomas with a GPA of 104.792. Catherine Kramer with a GPA of 104.42. Jack Wagner with a GPA of 104.145. Lauren Lenshaw for the GPA of 103.444. Rhiannon Fury with a GPA of 103.187. Joshua Long with a GPA of 103.012. Evan Hoffman with a GPA of 102.961. Ethan Alka with a GPA of 102.475. Sarah Reese with a GPA of 102.307. Lucia Sanchez with a GPA of 101.986. Jaden Lombardo with a GPA of 101.755. Nathan Jowdy with a GPA of 101.274. Nathan Rhodes with a GPA of 101.139. Nicole Punick with a GPA of 100.521. Lucas Heffler with a GPA of 100.489. And finally, Kennedy Milano with a GPA of 100.063. Congratulations. You may now be seated. Thank you. The next group of students has earned a diploma with distinction, which is a GPA from a 98 to a 99.99 GPA. Gabriella Biano. Abigail Beebe. You may now stand, please. Students, once you hear your names, please stand. Elizabeth Chamberlain. Joshua Kramer. Rachel Jemming DiCastillo. Donald Hodling. Maggie McAllister. Alyssa Panesi. Kendall Perot. Natalie Ponzi. Leanna Zapinski. And Emma Seaman. Congratulations. You may now be seated. The final diploma with honors, is students earning a GPA from a 95 to a 97.99. When your name is read, please stand. Caitlin Batten. Madeline Bax. Kenneth Biter. Tyler Cretion. Robert Gilbert. Owen Ingram. Carter Krozak. Tessa Lord. Maya Marcian. Joseph Nicola. Benjamin Alfano. William Pollock. Trent Reed. Liam Robinson. Michael Shuey. Tessa Shuey. Serena Sorgi. Alistair Sweeney. Ashley Sirico. Elizabeth Teal. Dominic Townsend. Jude Violante. Cameron Washburn. Sarah Woods. And Sydney Wright. Congratulations on all of your hard work and dedication. Students, once you hear your name, please stand. These are students who had earned our honors certificate. Ethan Elker, Dakota Azzarelli, Gabriella Biano, Michael Bale. Students, if you want to stand, please. McKenna Barrientos, Madeline Bax, Abigail Beebe, Kenneth Biter, Braden Benjamin, Nina Briglio, Elizabeth Chamberlain, Joshua Kramer, Cara Eugenie, Rhiannon Fury, Robert Gilbert, Rachel Jemming DiCastillo, Lucas Heffler, Ashley Huser, Evan Hoffman, Donald Hodling, Nathan Jowdy, Carter Krozak, Catherine Kramer, Jacob Lazonis, Sarah Lester, Jaden Lombardo, Joshua Long, Tessa Lord, Lauren Wunschuf, Maya Marcian, Kennedy Milano, Kennedy Miller, Catherine Metanucci, Bella Mullen, Kaylee Osijo, Dominic Palumbo, Alyssa Panesi, Kendall Perot, Nicole Punick, Lillian Pollock, Natalie Ponzi, Muriel Price, Samuel Radke, Sarah Reese, Margaret Reed, Trent Reed, Nathan Rhodes, Liam Robinson, Sky Rothman, Lucia Sanchez, Michael Shuey, Tessa Shuey, Emma Seaman, Rajan Singh, Serena Sorgi, Alistair Sweeney, Ashley Sirico, Katrina Samansky, Elizabeth Teal, Julia Thomas, Dominic Townsend, Dylan Vandenbosch, Jude Violante, Jack Wagner, Robert Woods, Sarah Woods, and Sydney Wright. You may be seated. Students earning the seal of biliteracy, once you hear your name, please stand. Madeline Bax, Elizabeth Chamberlain, in both French and Spanish, Rachel Del Castillo. Nice job. Rhiannon Fury, Robert Gilbert, Catherine Kramer, Maya Marcian, and Katrina Samansky. Congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. So welcome to the 71st commencement ceremony for Lewiston-Porter High School. So this is finally what a traditional Lew-Porter commencement actually looks like. It has taken us almost 3 years to be indoors here at our park as one Lew-Porter family. Since the moment I stepped on campus almost 3 years ago, I've been told it is very special and unique commencement ceremony that is unlike any other in Western New York. To hear the district, and more importantly, its seniors, selecting a Lew-Porter staff member that has had a very profound effect on them, to be choosing them to hand them their diploma goes to the very essence of who we are as a community, as a school district. As I look at the staff behind me, you couldn't choose better educators, but more importantly, they're amazing people. To our amazing staff and educators, it goes without saying that positive relationships lays the foundations for student success, for climate and culture, and establishing a strong moral leaders inside our building, but also in our community. My 2 previous commencement addresses have spoken so much about COVID and its effect on our lives. I want to focus instead tonight on perseverance. Webster's definition of perseverance is the continued effort to achieve something despite difficulties, failures, or opposition. Does this definition not align to who the members of the class of 2022 truly are? Every one of the soon-to-be graduates sitting before me has overcome numerous difficulties. Maybe the most difficult, of course, being a global pandemic. During the course of the past 2.5 years, the failure to possibly overcome prejudice or ill will across our society, or opposition to who they are or who they hope to become. And through it all, they rose above. They conquered their fears. They overcame insurmountable barriers to achieve at least one of their goals, which was and is to receive their high school diploma, for which we are extremely proud. We know that earning your high school diploma is not the end itself, but rather a key that will unlock countless doors and opportunities for your future goals and your aspirations. As you walk across the stage here in a few moments to receive your diploma, walk with confidence that no mountain is too tall to climb, no body of water is too wide to swim, no distance too far to walk. If your 4 years of high school has taught you anything, is that you can absolutely persevere and achieve your wildest dreams and accomplish your most challenging goals. In the future, your goals or dreams, they may be difficult. You may fail on the first attempt. You may face strong opposition, but you have persevered and you have achieved through one of the most challenging times in human history. You have, and you will continue to strive for excellence and meet the challenges that are and what may lay ahead before you. I speak often of the Lewiston-Porter family and its importance of shaping who we are and who we are yet to become. Know that the Lewiston-Porter family is extremely proud of the amazing Lancers that each of you have become. Let me leave you with these words from Abraham Lincoln. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Each of you have been given the tools to create a boundless future that will witness great successes. Please remember that once a Lancer, always a Lancer, and you are never too far to come home. Congratulations and best wishes on all of your future endeavors. Mr. Casari, at this time, I ask that you please step to the podium as we begin the process of conferring student diplomas. Sorry about that. I don't have it. Do you have it?
Just ask Mr. Casari to accept.
Okay. Mr. Casari, at this time, I will ask you to accept the graduating class of 2022.
Mr. Rose, before I do that, I would like to thank you very much for your dedicated service to Lewiston-Porter Central Schools. Some of you may know Mr. Rose is moving on to North Tonawanda City Schools. Green and white is much prettier than red and blue, I can tell you that. But Mr. Rose, we are greatly appreciative of all of your leadership through this very difficult time. Could we give Mr. Rose a round of applause? You read that.
Mr. Casari is principal of Lewiston-Porter High School. I have reviewed the educational record of each of these young men and women, and have found that they have met all requirements for graduation as established by the Lewiston-Porter Board of Education and the New York State Department of Education. I now recommend them for your confirmation.
Mr. Rose, as Superintendent of the Lewiston-Porter Central Schools, I accept your recommendation, and in accordance with the Lewiston-Porter Board of Education policy and regulations established by the New York State Department of Education, I now confer upon these candidates a Lewiston-Porter High School diploma. Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the class advisors for the class of 2022, Mrs. Linda Deanna and Dr. Paul Miskalik.
I thought you were going to put them Achilles.
Stephen M. Achille. Sarah M. Alexander. Ethan Elker. Rajan Singh. Julia Marie Thomas. Dominic G. Townsend. Nathan Rhodes. Dakota M. Azzaretti. Gabriella R. Diano. Michael P. Mayo III. Owen Ball. Caitlin Marie Banton.
McKenna L. Barrientos. Madeline Grace Bax.
Abigail Lane Beebe. Braden Tyler Benjamin. Jake Ryan Border.
Nina R. Video. Matthew J. Brown. Molly C. Burke. David A. Cabrera. Elizabeth L. Chamberlain.
Tyler O. Cretion. Ani P. Conrad. Antonio Conti. Joshua D. Kramer. Ryan E. Davis. Sierra M. Dickens. Justin P. Dillon. Wesley E. Druss. Andrew J. Ensign. Logan H. Ute. Say your last name.
Eugene.
Kara M. Eugenie. Pick up the
Fuckity. How are you going to say it? Fuckity.
What do you want to say?
Fakiti.
Where are we? Dylan F. Everett. Corey William Feckety. Maggie C. Fidelli. Alexander J. Fike. Paige Kathleen Fattanti. Serenity R. Fitzgerald. Serenity now. Connor T. Fitzsimmons.
He wants me to read his name.
Tyler S. Fortino.
Justin French.
Zoe Fuller.
Rhiannon.
Rhiannon Elizabeth Floyd.
This is a tough one.
Megan M. Galbraith.
It's okay.
Wait, who are you again? Who are you? Rodriguez Gale Jr. Mark W. Gibson.
Robert Gilbert.
Robert M. Gilbert.
You can do whatever you want.
You're going to announce it. Markayla Gorton.
Rachel S. Del Castillo.
Maya D. Hargis. Lucas J. Heffler. What am I not saying? Reina B. Hermosa. Nicholas Hess. Ashley Elizabeth Heiser. Brandon Scott Graham. Gresham. Evan G. Hoffman. Donald W. Hoteling III. Owen Scott Ingram. Grace Lynn Johnson. Nathan A. Jowdy. Stephanie Cloda. Do you want to do something?
Sure. Skylar E. Koschuk. Carter P. Krozak. There you go. Catherine E. Kramer. Luca D. Lanasa. God. Jacob Charles LaPresta. What's your middle name? What's your middle name? I'm gonna make one. Louise.
Oh, look at you, Dad.
Jacob Lazonas. Anthony R. Lunning. Sarah E. Lester. Jaden R. Lombardo. Joshua D.
Long.
Tessa Nicole Porth Lord. Lauren Lunshoff.
Maya Grace Marcian. Maggie May Coleman McAllister. John Paul McGrath. Kennedy Paige Milano. Kennedy Miller.
Sorry, honey. I got distracted. I got ADD.
Catherine A. Minicucci. Sophia Denise Morana. Nicholas Morford.
Sam?
Caitlin Pearl Mullen.
Did it wrong.
Bella Barone Mullen.
Team win. Erica T. Win.
Erica T. Nguyen. Joseph Nicola.
Okay, you do these next. You do the rest after.
Zoe M. Nichols.
Samantha M. Notariani.
Osage.
Kylie Osajo. Benjamin Alfano. Russell Orsi. Dominic Palumbo. Dominic R. Pianessa. Joseph Michael Patrick Tomasino.
Jagger Lee Pazinski. Alyssa Noel Panesi. Kendall M. Perot. Kayla Persinger. You made it.
Made it, Randall. Good job, Randall.
Randall Peterson. Nicole Punick. Lillian Lottie Pollock.
What's his middle name?
Tiana Janelle Ponticelli. Natalie Ponzi. Nicole Price.
H.
Mariel Price. Cheyenne Rabatoy. Michaela Raby. Samuel Radke.
Very nice today. Very nice. Very handsome.
Ashton John Redden. Alexa Jean Reed. Sarah Catherine Reese. Margaret Rose Reed.
What's your middle name?
You look just like your dad right now.
I'm gonna make one.
Trent Reed.
Reese. The German. What's going on?
Spencer Reisman.
Michael S. Reardon.
Michael S. Riordan. Liam J. Robinson. Tyler Wolf. Liberty S. Roski.
Behind the plant. She's behind the plant.
Allison Rotella. Julia Rotella. Sky Rothman.
Smile.
Gianna Ryan. Lucia Sanchez. Emma Sand.
What we did.
Your name right here. Yeah, we spelled it.
Emma Schreckengast. Michael Shuey. Tessa Shuey.
You won't do it.
Alexa Saponi.
Spinsky.
Leanne Suspensky. Emma Seaman. Zoe Sherman. Natalie Sloma.
Scroogey. Scroogey.
Serena Sruji. Sydney Stryker. Francis R. Stewart. Logan Stewart. Taylor M. Sweatman.
Alistair Sweeney. Ashley Shiriko. Katrina Ann Szymanski. Elizabeth Teal. Trevor A. Thompson, Jr.
Alexander Thurman. Sean Yerrick.
Dylan.
That's good.
Dylan Vandenbosch. Summer Vincent. Jude Gabriel Violante. Jack R. Wagner.
Hey, we're doing this. We're grittying. We're grittying across.
Yes.
What's he doing? Ready.
Right near you. Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Justin Walker. Tyler Walker.
His dog ate it.
Cameron T. Washburn. Elijah B. Wilczek. Sarah Wilkesmore. Connor R. Williams. Kristen Wilson. Jason Winstanley.
Akeka P. Wojcinski. Okay. Kaheliani Wojcinski.
I tried.
Robert Woods.
Sarah Woods. Sydney Joan Wright. Jada Young. And finally, Evan Younger. Congratulations, class of 2022. I would now like to introduce the four-year president of the class of 2022 to give his farewell message, Mr. Dominic Townsend.
I'm going to try and do this speech without getting these things in my face. But I would like to start off with a little dad joke or a little graduation joke. Do you guys mind? You don't mind? Okay. Ready? They're not like great, so don't get your hopes up. But ready? What happened when the girl didn't pass her final exam for her cosmetology degree? She had to sign up for makeup classes. Do you want another one, or is that it? Okay, ready? Why did half the cats in the senior class get expelled? They found out to be Cheetos. I know, it's great. I'd like to thank our class advisors, Mr. Miskalik and Dr. Miskalik, and Mrs. Deanna. You guys are incredible. We couldn't have been able to do this without you guys. I'd also like to say that everyone should feel very honored to be here today, and I'm so happy that we all get to spend this day together as one class before going our separate ways. Because after leaving this school and leaving these people, you're going to start a new chapter of your life, when you're going to meet new people and go through situations you haven't been through yet. There will be struggles and pain, but it is all about how you persevere through and become a stronger person. Someone recently told me something about the topic of success that kind of stuck with me. They said, it's not what you do to earn people's respect, it's what you do to earn their disrespect. It doesn't matter who you are, but you deserve everybody's utmost respect for you. And your actions can either boost people's respect for you or take it away from you. Our respect for one another is what is going to make this world a better place. The decisions and actions you take now will impact you for the rest of your life, and people won't forget the acts of respect or disrespect that you display to them. They will remember, and it will leave a lasting impression on them, good or bad. But this class has been such a positive and uplifting group. There's so much positivity in every single one of you all. Whether it's attending sports games, musicals, powder puff, so much more, there's so much participation and encouraging words and actions. That is why I am so incredibly proud of our class. We are able to come together as one for these activities to create lifelong memories with each other. And that is one of the most important things about high school, making memories that can last you a lifetime. I am so incredibly proud of every single one of you, and the future holds bright things for all of us. It is just up to you to work hard enough to achieve them. Congratulations, and remember to be respectful to everyone and anyone. Thank you. I would now like to welcome Mr. James Burt and the Newport High School Concert Choir, which will now perform You'll Never Walk Alone.
Angle yourselves in a little bit. You're good in the middle, guys. Just angle your bodies ever so slightly towards the center. Move in. Down. Right in there. Let's keep it up with her. She's doing all right. Good job. That was hard to do. I know you were concerned about her. Okay? All right. Here's the alma mater. I know you love it. Sing the melody nice and strong now. So hum like crazy. Seniors, congratulations on this year. Come back and visit. Good luck in your future. You can head down to your seats right now.
And now at this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Bruce Newton from the Lewiston-Porter Alumni Association to induct our graduates into the Lewiston-Porter Alumni Association. Mr. Newton?
Hello, I'm Bruce Newton, class of 1965, president of the Lewiston-Porter Alumni Association. Obviously, congratulations to the class of 2022. You are no longer students, you are alumni. And I want you to say hello along with me to the rest of our alumni that might be in the audience today. The Alumni Association has been around for 15 years. Our sole purpose is to raise money through donations, fundraising activities, to plow back into the school system, to the senior class through scholarships, and also all the other classes through a program we call mini grants. So we're very happy to be able to do that. So my dog ate my speech, so I'm kind of running out of things to say here very quickly. So please take a look at our activities on our Facebook site, and that's all I got to say. The best of luck to all of you.
Folks, I'm going to ask all the graduates to stand. And I'll ask all of our audience members to remain seated while we finish up with our graduates. Lewiston-Porter class of 2022, it is my honor to welcome you into the Alumni Association and to be alumni of Lewiston-Porter Central Schools. At this time, you may move your tassels from right to left. You are now officially graduates of the Lewiston-Porter Central Schools. Congratulations. As the recessional plays, the students will march out. Chaperones, if you could please help our students exit their seats. Thank you.